Hi, I'm Daniel.
And I'm Zach.
Hey, let's make it 3. So today we're going to do part 3 of our 500 subscriber giveaway. There's a lot of numbers and all that, and that's really hard to keep track of, but it's not that hard for you to follow. We asked for our 500 subscriber giveaway contest that people leave us a comment in which they asked us a question, and now we're going to answer those questions. We've done so in part 1 and 2.
Make sure links to those videos are down below if you haven't seen them already.
Maybe. It depends on whether I remember to put those links down below. If not, they're on our channel. However, let's get right into part number 3. Warning, this is going to be a little bit longer because we time gated the other 2, and now we're with, what, 23? We have 23 comments left. Yeah. So let's just dive right into it, shall we? Kristen Shirley writes, congratulations, what is your favorite Disney item that you own?
That's a very good question. All my pins. All my pins.
Your pins. My favorite Disney item that I own is my annual pass.
That's number 2. Because without that, I wouldn't have all my pins.
Because that would be sad. I'd be sad. C. Jar. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes. C. Jar asks, how did you both start trading pins and which is your favorite park?
I think we already answered how we started.
But I started trading pins when we moved to Florida and became Disney annual pass holders, and my favorite park is probably Epcot. I started trading pins a long time ago, and then I moved away and was sad. And now I'm back and trading again. I would say I'm on my favorite park. At the moment, my favorite park is Animal Kingdom. Why?
I just feel like Animal Kingdom is less crowded. It's bigger. It's got wider pathways, so it doesn't feel as crowded, even if it is crowded. And I feel like when Guardians opens and Tron opens, that we'll just have run of Animal Kingdom. It'll just be great. But we were just there the other day. We got great pins, lots of good trend trading, lots of good pin trading going on at Animal Kingdom, and on top of that, the safari is awesome because you get to see something new every time.
We saw all sorts of not new animals, but new to us, or
exactly
things we hadn't seen before. So
Sul Lee asked, do you have any so-called scrapper pins that you own just because you like the way it looks until you can get the real pin or something? Yes, we have several scrapper pins that we own, mostly for projects that I was at one point collecting a bunch of the Hong Kong
sky buckets.
Ferris wheel pins, but I was going to make them into sky buckets in an art project. Almost all of them are scrappers. Just you can tell by the way they look. Also, all of the Epcot symbols. I had another kind of art project that I still haven't given up on, that I just haven't had time to work on lately, which I was making a map of Epcot to put the things on it. And so I know they're scrappers, but they're not things I would trade with people, but they are things that I would use for projects.
Yes.
So.
Lots of Fufu asks, what would be your perfect itinerary at the WDW park spending only $40, which must include 1 meal, 1 souvenir, and 1 treat?
Oh, wow.
That's a tall ask.
That's a tall ask, and that's $40 per person, I'm hoping.
Because if it's $40 for the both of us, it ain't happening.
Yeah. Let's see. Parks. Walt Disney World Park spending only $40 must include 1 meal, 1 souvenir, and 1 treat. Well, if you do this during an Epcot festival, it makes part of that really easy because you can get some food and some drinks for, let's say half of that budget. So let's say $25 of that budget. You could get at least 2 entrees and a drink.
And a treat even because...
Well, I was gonna save the other.
Oh.
So $25. So you leave $15 to get yourself a souvenir and a treat.
And what souvenir are you gonna get that's under $15 that still leaves room for a treat?
Pens, like open edition pens, are only $12, right?
Yes, and that leaves you $3.
$3 for a treat.
What treat in Walt Disney World costs less than $3?
You get a picture with Pluto. That's a treat.
I don't think it's less than $3.
All right, fine. Yeah, I would do it at a festival. You could get some food. You can even get a dessert there. Call that a treat, and something. You could spend most of your money on the festival, because most of those entrees are around $6 to $8 in that area.
A little more for some of them, but
A little less for some, but average around $6 to $8 for those. The desserts you can get there are anywhere from like $3 or $4 for a cookie to
up to $6 or $8.
Yeah, I would do that. That's how I would do that. That would be my itinerary, with having given it all of 30 seconds worth of thought.
Right.
So, yes. Thank you very much. Lots of foo-foo. E17 writes, I actually have 2 questions. The first is for Daniel. What is it about Pluto that makes him your favorite Disney character? And then secondly, what is your earliest Disney memory? A movie, a TV show, a toy, a visit to one of the parks. Can't wait to hear the answers. All right. So what it is about Pluto that makes him my favorite Disney thing? He is, he doesn't talk. He's not, doesn't have a job or whatever. He's a dog. He is a loyal dog. I grew up with dogs. I love dogs. I love all animals. And Pluto is, he's the number one. He's the big dog. He's the big cheese's dog, right? So it's like, I love Pluto. Pluto is awesome. Buzzy's talking again. He does not like it that I like Pluto, apparently, but yeah, that's what it is. He's not like Goofy talks and has a job and it's kind of like gets into the anthropomorphic. I really like Pluto that he is Pluto. He's a dog. He's nothing special about it. He's just a dog. He's a great dog. He's just a dog. My earliest Disney memory, I have this memory of, God, this sounds pretentious when I say it. It's like my family had a lake house in Claremont that we used to go to on the weekends. And I remember my earliest Disney memory was we were at the lake house. Some people were visiting us from out of state and they were like, hey, we want to go to River Country. And we're like, what's River Country? We've never heard of this. And they're like, it's a water park at Disney. And I'm just like, I don't know. And so we got to go to River Country and it was like an unexpected thing out of nowhere. And that's like kind of like my earliest memory of Disney is going to the River Country water park over at there. Now, I mean, I went to the parks with my family as kids, but my dad wasn't a big fan of Disney, so we didn't go that much. So it was always when people were out of town. It wasn't until I was a teenager and could drive that I could go on my own that we went. But well, that I just babbled on that one. Sorry.
My earliest Disney memory is The Little Mermaid.
The movie?
Yes.
Okay. I remember the computer wore tennis shoes and the Shaggy DA. Those were the 2 movies I remember. But I don't know if those predate River Country or not. Did I skip? No, yeah, right here. The Sanders Family Adventures.
Question. 500 followers is not a small feat. What one practical piece of advice would you give to someone like me who is new to YouTube?
Make stuff. Make stuff, put it out. Don't worry about if it's perfect. Just make it and do it. And you only get better by doing, right? And also watch your own stuff. Like sit down and watch your videos back and think about things that you don't like about other videos and make sure they're not in your videos. Like I'm not a big fan of shouting at the camera. Like a lot of, not a lot. Several people will have their cameras too far away from them and they're kind of shouting and you have to turn the TV up really loud to hear them and whatnot. So that's kind of a big thing for us. So I always make sure that our sound is, is adequate and that we're not shouting and that you can hear us and stuff like that. So it's just all through repetition. As a matter of fact, funny thing, I was cleaning up the hard drive the other day and I actually rewatched some of our first videos that we put up almost a year ago. And I would say the first 7 videos of ours are just crap. I mean, they're just like, they're stiff, they're bad, they're just like we were trying to be somebody that we weren't. So there you go, that's the second piece of advice. So watch your own video and be yourself.
And don't get hung up on subscriber numbers or view numbers or compare yourself to others. You are your own channel and you've got to put your own stamp on it because let's face it, literally everybody and their mom has a Disney YouTube channel at this point. So you got to break through the noise somehow, but don't try and be another channel. Be you. Yeah,
be yourself. That is the most important thing. Emily's Paper Caper writes. Nope. She does, but not yet. Sharon Holton writes, how did you two meet?
Looking forward to seeing your pin trading night vlogs.
We will definitely be taking some.
We will be doing pin trading nights because Mr. Dave and Mr. Ian will be here. And so we'll have people, and we'll run in, I'm sure, to Beth Long and all kinds of people that we usually see there. We've already answered the question of how we met. The short, condensed version, if you didn't see video number 2, is
World of Warcraft.
We met in World of Warcraft. We lived in different states. We met playing a game.
Emily's Paper Caper asks, will you be doing a video at the February pin trading night? Yes.
Yes. Absolutely fabulous. I'm sorry, Emily's Paper Caper. That was, we give everyone like a 10-minute answer, and yours would just give like a single, like, yes. No, we will. Anyway,
Yes.
we're looking forward to doing that. Absolutely Fabulous writes, I want to ask what you ended up naming your car.
Car still doesn't have a name. Car may not ever get a name. There you go.
Did you have a name for your previous car?
No.
I don't have a name. I've never named my cars, so that's just never been a thing.
Yeah.
The only car I ever named is I had a Miata, a little blue Miata when I was like in college, and I named it Susie because of the Disney book Susie the Little Blue Coupe that I grew up reading, and she looked a lot like Susie, and I was just like, oh, it's Susie the Little Blue Coupe. That's the only thing I ever named. Ebb and Flow writes, my question is, how do you guys balance while pin trading? How do you guys balance while...
I think it was just supposed to be, how do you guys balance while pin trading?
How do you guys balance while pin trading? My husband and I play rock, paper, scissors when a cast member has a pin we both want for our own boards. Second question I'm dying to know is, when pin trading in the parks, do you focus on any specific parks or specific locations in the parks? I'll take the first one, you take the second one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, I don't know that we've ever really come across a cast member who has something we both want, because we collect different pins.
Yeah, one of our friends asked us just recently why we have 2 separate collections instead of just one big collection. And I think the misnomer there is the word collection. These aren't collections, they're trading pins, which is kind of like, so if it's a combined collection, then you kind of have to make sure that both of you are okay with trading it away. Whereas if you have your own, then it's like that's why, like, I have this Figment pen, and you have this Figment pen. I
also have this Figment pen.
Yeah, so it's like, so we'll have duplicates of the ones that we really like. I don't think we've ever really seen a cast member lanyard pin that we both wanted at the same time. If we did, it would just be the first person. Sometimes I know he'll get me pins off of lanyards that he knows that I want.
If I see a Pluto that I don't think he has, or even if he does have it.
Yeah, and if I see a Figment or a Dalmatian pin that he doesn't have, and if he's there with me, I'll usually point it out to him, and or a Cruella or whatever. You know what I'm saying. And then the second question was, I'm dying to know, when pin trading in the parks, do you focus on any specific parks or specific locations? So I kind of feel like Animal Kingdom was really good.
Animal Kingdom was really good. I'm not sure if that was a one-off or a fluke, or if...
Mm-hmm. I've read recently that they are trying to up their pin trading game over in Animal Kingdom, so they kind of have a thing, and I know that they were doing a day of the week where they were doing special pin trading events.
Like the daily events at the Kingdom.
Like the daily events at the Kingdom, but they were doing them at Animal Kingdom. I have not found specifics on it. I know I read the story somewhere. I'll have to flip back through and find it, and then maybe we'll make a video for it so you can see. But currently, Animal Kingdom, other than that, most of our pin trading that we do is at events, and we really at this point in time really collect more LE pens than we do traders.
I mean, we take our lanyards to the parks when we go, and we'll trade. Like, we spent most of the time at Animal Kingdom the other day just pin trading, honestly.
Yeah, well, because we hadn't done it in a while.
Yeah,
and there were good pins out that we like. But yeah, we really, I mean, most of the stuff that's on our board are LE pins, or they're very specific Pluto pins or something like that. I'm babbling now. Was it?
Is this mine?
No.
Yeah, this was...
Oh, that was Ebb and Flow.
Lisa Palmer, congrats on 500. How did you meet? World of Warcraft. How did you both find out you loved Disney when we moved to Florida, and you've loved it forever?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. There you go. Steve Bucci writes, what is your favorite thing about Disney outside of the parks? This will sound totally stupid, but I just love the theming, just the manicured landscaping, the music being piped in. Just like, I would be perfectly happy sitting at a bar
at one of the hotels, overlooking the outside, just people watching and, having a cocktail or whatever, just as much as going to the parks. Especially at Christmas time when they have all the Christmas decorations out and they have Christmas music and all the hotels.
We're blacked out during Christmas on our Florida Resident Gold passes, but we can still go to the resorts in Disney Springs. So one of these days we're going to do the whole Christmas route.
We would have this year, but things happen that we can't talk about. Okay, go ahead.
I would say Disney Springs. Okay. Because you get a lot of Disney experience without having to be at the parks.
Yeah.
And there's really good food.
One pro tip, don't go to Disney Springs
the day after Christmas.
Right, in the Christmas
week.
It's
a bad idea.
We just went there to park the car at the charger, park the car at the charger, and it took us 30 minutes
to get out of the parking garage.
Not drive.
To Disney Springs itself.
Yeah, not to drive out of the parking garage, to walk out of the Grapefruit Garage and to get down to the ground level where we could go catch a bus. Okay, Robbie Nelson.
Is this mine or yours?
Mine.
I thought you read Steve's.
Oh, yeah, yours.
Robin Nelson, love your channel. You always make me laugh. Aw, thank you. What would you say is your favorite pin that you own?
I think we answered this.
I don't remember what I said, so...
Yours was the Windows of Magic. Dalmatian Windows of Magic. Yes,
my Windows of Magic Dalmatian pin.
And so this was in video 1 that we answered this from someone else. But yeah, my Pluto Chinese character and whatnot. There you go. Annette Rowe writes, I bet you have 1,000 by summer.
That's wishful thinking, but thank you.
I know this is random, but I've been looking at lamps for my...
Sorry.
Don't scroll. He's like scrolling the screen while I'm trying to read. I know this is random, but I have been looking at lamps for my new used house. I really like the lamp that is behind you. Please know where you purchased it, if you remember. I totally understand if you don't.
That lamp there.
Yeah. So this lamp right here, I can tell you where we bought it. It was very expensive. We got this lamp at Habitat for Humanity. There's
the restore.
Yeah, it's like Goodwill, but they don't have clothes, so it's just houseware kind of a stuff there. The Habitat for we paid $15.
Yeah,
$15 for that lamp right there. So, and then we bought some for the living room that are the ugliest lamps ever made.
But they are appropriate to the theme that the living room will have.
Adventureland with the goofy pineapples on them.
And those were $25 a piece.
Yeah, so yeah. But yeah, Habitat for we love going to Restore, Goodwill, looking through Facebook Marketplace kind of a things, just saving a buck where we can. So
yes. Olive Eggplant asks, congrats on 500. Have you visited any of the other Disney parks around the world? No, not yet.
We have.
Have we? Parks around the world?
Disneyland.
That doesn't count.
That is around the world.
It's in the United States. We haven't visited any of the foreign parks yet. That is on our bucket list. We had been looking at, we actually found some really cheap flights to Hong Kong. But with the unrest and now the coronavirus, we're staying far away from the foreign parks right now. We had said we wanted to do Disneyland Paris after they get done with their refurbs.
Yeah. Like they're building, like they're doubling or tripling the size of the studio park there around that lake, and Epcot is enough of a nightmare with construction going on there. So I'd rather go after the construction is done.
Yes. So no, not yet, but sometime in the future it will happen.
I know, like Holy Grail. So we'd love to go to Tokyo, but flights to Tokyo are crazy expensive, and it's just not.
And that's just the flight. That's not hotel, food, park tickets.
So maybe in a year or two after the house stuff settles down, and we can try that. So let's see, Juan Armanda. I'll get it wrong. Do you have a Grail pin that you're in search of?
Ooh. I feel like somebody's asked us this before, and I can never come up with an answer.
I don't have a single Grail pin that I'm in search of. I do know that there is I don't want to say it's a myth, because I think it's actually true. But when Disney first started trading pins, before it blew up, they had 50 pins in their collection that they had put out, that if you had them all, they made a Mickey ear. Like they would all fit together to make a Mickey Mouse ear. So if there was any kind of Grail, it would be recreating, finding those original 50 pins that actually makes the Mickey Mouse ears. That would be what I don't even know if they exist. I mean, I don't even know if that's a true statement. I just remember a cast member told me that a lot. This was like back in 2000, and he's just like, before this thing blew up, there was only 50 pins, and you could put them all together and make a Mickey.
Did he sound just like that?
He did. And so, he's like, look at it now, it's crazy. And that was back in 2000. It's even crazier now. So,
yeah, I don't know. I do not have a sufficient answer for this because there's a million pins that have come out, and I don't know what all they are.
Yeah.
Ray Eden asks,
hey, it's Ray Eden. He's a Floridian now.
Other than WDW, what Florida location should I not miss? I'm going to pass this off to you because you're a native.
What Florida location should I not miss? Well, you can miss Universal. You can miss...
Sorry, anybody who watches us that likes Universal.
You can miss Busch Gardens. You can miss... No. Florida has some cool things. It depends. If you really like roller coasters, Busch Gardens in Tampa Bay has some amazing roller coasters in it. Universal actually has some amazing roller coasters. If you are a roller coaster fan, those are two parks that you probably don't want to miss. You do want to go and check out their roller coasters. A little bit north of us in Georgia, there's Six Flags Over Georgia, which also has a lot of roller coasters that are really good. They actually have...
You hated Six Flags Over Georgia when we were there. I hated
Six Flags Over Georgia because I was there with you. You don't ride roller coasters. I mean, it's a coaster park. We went there for a work function. This wasn't a date or something. It was a work function. Also, they gave us hot dogs, like stale hot dogs. But let's see. But we're back to where we're here. So things that you don't want to miss. You can miss Dinosaur Land in Plant City. You can skip that. I don't know. I think you should check them all out. Legoland, fun fact, Legoland used to be Cypress Gardens, which used to be a gardens, just be well-tended gardens with a ski show there. And it's been built up and changed over the years, and there's still some of the bones of Cypress Gardens are still there. So I think they even still have a water ski show there. It's now a Lego-based water ski show, but that's still there. That's kind of cool to watch. I think
Legoland could be fun for a day trip.
The Sawgrass Mills Mall, which is down where you're at in South Florida in Fort Lauderdale, it's a large mall. If you look at the aerial shot of it, it's shaped like an alligator, but it's 1.2 miles long. It's an outlet mall it's enormous, but it's something to go and see. I don't know. All the parks in Florida are worth checking out at least once. Don't buy an annual pass just yet. Just go check them out and see what you have. Let's see. Is that you? No, it was me. This is me now. It's me. April Sutton writes, my husband and I are doing adult Disney next month, as this will be our first trip without our boys. Where is a must-do drink location? This is a very good question. I would say if you're looking for just kind of like a peaceful, lovely place to just kind of relax, chill, and have some amazing drinks, I would say what's the lounge called?
Dahlia?
The Dahlia Lounge at the top of Grandestino Tower at Coronado. They have an outside balcony. This is on the 16th floor, but they have an outside balcony that overlooks the backside of Galaxy's Edge. And you can see Epcot off in the distance, but it's very pleasant out there. There's, some light jazz music being piped in and everything. The Grand Gin and Tonic, they make their own tonic there, which is an orange and something. It's really good. I would say that if you're looking for a place to just hang out and maybe watch fireworks or something like that, I would say go to the we ate brunch there.
California Grill?
California Grill has a lounge right next to it. Most people don't know this, that there's the restaurant, but there's also the lounge. So you can go to the check-in table for California Grill and say, I would like to go to the lounge, and they will actually take you up in the elevator to the lounge. And you can enjoy your drinks there. And what most people don't know, that as long as you have a receipt from either the lounge or the restaurant, you can go back up during Happily Ever After and go out to the balcony to watch the fireworks. They pipe in the music there. You can watch the fireworks from a nice vantage point up back behind Space Mountain, and you kind of get an aerial view of the park. And you still get to hear the music and whatnot. So
Note that the lounge is first come, first served.
It is, yes.
So
Yes.
I'm going to throw in one that I'm surprised you didn't mention. Nomad Lounge in Animal Kingdom.
Nomad Lounge, although it's getting
However,
crowded.
it is getting incredibly crowded and incredibly difficult to find a seat there.
Yeah.
We don't blame, but kind of blame the Disney Food Blog for pointing out Nomad Lounge, because
Yeah.
now it seems like everybody and their mom knows about it. It's the lounge that's attached to Tiffin's.
So
They have very good drinks. They have light bites, and it's a good place if you can find a seat to kind of take a break in the middle of the Animal Kingdom heat.
I've never been in the California Grill or in Dahlia where it was so crowded that I couldn't find a seat.
Right.
Also at Grand Destino, in the first floor of the tower
They
is
have
a
the Barcelona Lounge.
Barcelona Lounge, which is gorgeous. And as a bonus, there's a hidden Mickey in the artwork behind the bar. I'm not going to tell you where it's at. You're going to have to find it. But you'll be surprised when you find. Number 3 will amaze you. Okay, enough of that.
Ashley W. asks, favorite places to pin trade in the parks?
Animal Kingdom. Hotels. I'm trying to think where we get really good pins. It's been a long time since we've gotten really good pins at the Kingdom or Epcot outside of like special pin trading events.
Yeah.
So I feel like
because those are, at least World Showcase, those are some of the busier areas of the parks. And you also have, like, anytime the hidden Mickey sets come out, you'll have I'm gonna say it. You'll have pin vultures come in and just pick off all the new hidden Mickeys first thing in the morning. So by the time you get there at 2:00, all that's left is crap.
Yeah. Although I think Disney Springs, we've traded some at Disney Springs.
There
day.
isn't a lot of people that pin trade at Disney Springs, but there's lots of cast members with or in store employees with lanyards. So
and they seem less busy than the people at the park, so it's nicer to talk to them. And same with the hotels.
Yes.
All right. I got no idea. Angelique writes, what Disney character do you think each other identifies with the best? What Disney character do you think I identify with the best?
Daisy, maybe?
Daisy.
Because you're sassy and you don't take no crap.
And my boyfriend has got a short temper and like screams at things.
I do not.
Let's see. What Disney character do you identify with the most? I would say probably Figment.
Why?
Because you're mischievous and you go off and do your own things, and sometimes you make a mess. But it's a cute mess. It's very imaginative.
I'll take that as a compliment. Melissa Leistra Bittner asks, congratulations on 500 in less than a year. As a new pin collector, I would like your opinion and advice on displaying pins. For the pins I want to keep and not trade, is it better to keep and display those on their packaging or backer cards, or does that matter? Am I overthinking this? Thank you in advance for your answer.
Okay.
You can display them however you want. You keep your limited edition pins on the backer cards. I don't.
I do and I don't. So sometimes, like you can see on this big pin board back here, I have the backer around them. If it's something that is, integral to the pin design,
you just throw it on the ground instead.
If it's something that's integral to the pin design, like this here, the I collect, right? It's part of the pin right there. Come on, focus. I really
So this is why we do close-ups.
I hate this camera. So it's like, where are you going?
I'm getting your pin off the ground.
No, it's fine. If it's... Now wait till you sit back down. if it's integral to the pin, if it's something that adds to the pin, like it gives additional information and I have room on my board, I'll put it with there. Otherwise, I do save my backers. I have a bag, like a Disney park bag that just is filled with backers so that if I ever decide that I want to trade that pin or sell it or do something like that, I will have the original backer that goes with it. But for the most part, as you can see on these pin boards up here, we don't keep the backers on display.
Neither does Buzzy.
He hates it. Diana, was that it? That was it. That was the question? Okay. Diana Mosley writes, I think that's right. What got you guys into pins? Because they're collecting. They're fun. I think we covered that in the first one. Yeah, we like talking.
We like the characters, and it's fun.
Next.
Lisa Pavlis asks, congratulations on 500 subs. Question 1, what is your Grail pin? Don't have one.
Yeah.
Question 2, how long have you been collecting pins? Just over 3 years?
Just over 3 years.
I didn't start until we got to, okay, no.
So
2 years because...
We just moved to...
End of 2017.
Yeah, 2017.
So almost 3 years for me.
Okay. I started back in 2000, but then I took a lot of time off when I didn't live here. Was that it? Those were the two? All right. And this is our final?
Yes, we have less than yes, that's it. Last question.
The very last question, and it comes to our friend Dan from Dan's Video Mosaic. Isn't he coming back down here sometime soon?
I believe so.
I don't know. He never tells us.
He has tickets to Runaway Railway.
He tells us after the fact. Oh, yeah, I was there last weekend. Sorry I didn't see you guys.
I don't think that's true at all. Read the question.
He's Canadian. So he's very...
Read the question.
He's very friendly about it. He's very friendly about not wanting to see
Read the question.
Congratulations on reading 5. I'm excited for both of you to reach this milestone. Here is my question. You have to draft 6 Disney characters to form the perfect tribe on Survivor to win immunity with the both of you included. Who are the other 6 to combine the best of brains, beauty, and brawn?
Daisy.
I thought you were going to make your own team.
No. It's both of us plus 2.
Gaston.
Ariel.
In case it's a swimming competition, right? Yeah, Ariel. Let's see. Ursula.
Pluto, because he can sniff out hidden idols.
And then we need one more. It's my turn.
I know who I'd pick, but...
I've got to think outside the box here. Genie.
I don't think they'd allow Genie on Survivor.
Stitch. Stitch is very
because
agile.
You know what?
What?
Stitch takes care of snitches.
Right. Yeah, I think that's just having given this 30 seconds of thought there.
I appreciate the question.
Yeah, we both love Survivor. Clearly, we talked to you about that, so you know that we love Survivor. But yeah, so yeah, I think so. Yeah, because Gaston, because someone's got to get voted out if we don't win. And then Ursula could be. She's like Cassandra. She can just get into people's heads.
I mean, how else do you convince a mermaid to give up her voice?
I know.
For a man she just met?
Anyway. All right, and then we had 2 late entries that really weren't questions. They were more statements. One of them came from our friend Baron Frosty over at the Craft Castle. I would tell you to go watch it, but it's like, his music is very
nice.
Go check him. He's a brand new YouTuber. Go give him some support over at Craft Castle. He makes crafts in a castle. His statement was, love your face. And then...
Mr. David and Mr. Ian will see us on the 20th.
Also, if you've never checked out Mr. David and Mr. Ian, check the links up here above. Yes, we will be seeing them. Not only will they're from the across the pond, but they will be here during a pin trading night. So we will be doing a pin challenge with them the day before that, and then going to the pin trading night with them. And may even getting some cocktails and whatnot with them afterwards. So that'll be something. And maybe other YouTubers that we find while we were there. Are you ready? We need to go 2 to 47. So, no, 2 to 48.
Yes.
Ready?
Yep. Number 38.
38, which did you do? Yeah, you did 2, so I don't need to add 1.
Correct.
Which is a change from previous. Sorry, everyone. Number 38, who is that? It's Annette. It is Annette Rowe, who has been with us, I think, since the beginning.
I
She
believe so.
She comments on all of our videos all the time, and we love it. She would like to 1, which has not been claimed, so congratulations.
Yes.
You will get the Disney
Which
Bros.
means, I believe Ellen Disney gets number 3.
Gets number 3, which is got the shirt
Three
that I am
Caballeros.
currently wearing, the 3 Caballeros. So there you
You
go.
don't get this shirt.
No, you get your own. But hey, that worked out great, didn't it? So Elle gets the 3 Caballeros, Annette gets the Disney Bros, and who was it? Enchanted Boulevard.
Yes, and we just got the
We've
email.
already gotten an email from them, so we already got there, and they're getting the Toy Story
Yes.
4. So there you
How
go.
long are we giving people to claim before we pick another winner? End of the month?
I mean, we know Annette will
Yes.
will get hers. It's just we just haven't heard from Ellen Disney yet. So if you know Ellen Disney, give them a poke and tell them
Like,
to,
hey.
yeah.
Claim your prize.
Otherwise, if they don't claim it, then we'll give it away in another video sometime in the future. So, wow, this is a very long video. We apologize for the length, but we thank you at the same time for writing us all these great
for
questions.
sticking with us all the way to 500, and I don't think we'll get to 1,000 by summer, but maybe by next year.
Hopefully by next year. So
If you like what we do here on this channel and you're new here and you like what you see, click that subscribe button and give us a big thumbs up because it helps us be recommended to other people.
it does. Click on the subscribe button. If you want to reach out to us on the socials, that would be Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. Our information is down below in the doobly-doo, which is the little area right underneath us on your
screen.
screen. Unless you're watching on a computer, on a TV.
Oh, hey, buddy.
It's not. Cat just showed up here, and that's our director telling us it's time for us to go. So until next time.
See you real soon.